Welcome to this week's bonus episode of Caregivers 101. My name is Kelsey Pierce, and I will be your instructor for today's follow-up lesson. Today, we will be discussing tips for having other difficult conversations with children who have parents in prison. In addition to the 6 commonly asked questions that were discussed in the previous lesson, children may ask the question, "Why me?" Some children may wonder why their mom or dad has to be in prison, while other children have both parents free. Caregivers should reassure children that the imprisoned parent still loves them unconditionally and that the parent's action is not a reflection of how much the parent cares for them. Caregivers can respond to this question by emphasizing children's strengths. For example, caregivers can say, "Children who have an imprisoned parent grow up to be a strong person. Your heart is so big because you love your mom while she is far away." Caregivers can assure children they are capable of handling this challenge together. In addition to the emotional toll, imprisonment often places a financial burden on families. Many families lose an income when a family member goes to prison or jail. Numerous caregivers must obtain an additional job, seek higher paying employment, or work longer hours to decrease the financial stress on the family. These work changes may cause children to need a babysitter or other childcare alternatives. In addition to changes in the family's income, imprisonment itself increases a family's expenses. Families may need to pay legal or court costs or put money in the imprisoned person's account for necessities at the prison commissary. The cost of phone calls, sending letters, and visiting a loved one in prison can become expensive over time as well. Children are always watching and listening to their family members and caregivers. They will hear extended family and friends talk about issues as stressful or even with anger towards the family members awaiting trial or in prison. Older children who have a better understanding of money will have questions about these issues and want to know why their own lifestyle is changing because of these financial strains. Caregivers should be honest with their children about the family's finances without worrying or alarming them. However, caregivers should also reassure children that the adults will figure everything out. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this week's bonus episode of Caregivers 101. For more tips and resources, read Louisiana Department of Corrections Informational Handbook for Caregivers of Children with Parents in Prison. A copy of this handbook is on the DOC website.